What's up guys, I'm Caden with Crypto Now or Never and welcome back to another update on the crypto market. If you enjoy this style of content, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. As always, none of this is financial advice. Let's get into it.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want.
Okay, so the first thing you guys need to understand is that today is the FOMC meeting. And I am recording this video before the FOMC meeting, so there could be some volatility. Just make sure you guys understand that. If we come over and we look at the crypto market right now, you can see that the crypto market is pretty neutral. Over the last day, Bitcoin's down 0.7%, Ethereum's down 1.6%. Over the last week, Bitcoin's only up 0.06%, not even 1%. Ethereum, though, is up 4.4%. So in general, this week's been pretty quiet. If we come up when we look at Bitcoin dominance, you can see that Bitcoin dominance is currently at 61%. This is much better than where it was a few months ago. However, this is still very high in the grand scheme of things. Just make sure you guys understand, during the last altcoin season in 2021, Bitcoin dominance was ranging from 48% to 39%. So even though this has dropped a bit, it's still very high. But what's very exciting about Bitcoin dominance is that we actually lost the 200-day moving average. So you can see that back here on July 17th, we actually lost this level. And then we ended up having a decent drop and we came up and had a bearish retest off of the 200-day. That is exactly what we were wanting to see, and that's very bullish for altcoins. And from a macro standpoint, we have now put in a lower low. Now the question is whether or not we'll come up and retest this level again, because from a local standpoint, we have actually put in a higher low. And if you look at the RSI, it still has juice to push up a little bit, but the stochastics are getting a little bit overbought. Now what makes Bitcoin dominance interesting though is because if you look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin's basically in a giant bull flag. Understand, these bull flags are never guaranteed to play out. However, if this does break out and it were to go to the measure move, it'd have a measure move to around 132,000. Now again, is that guaranteed to play out? No, it's not. But we have seen these bull flags absolutely rip in the past. I'll actually show you guys the weekly time frame just so you can see what I'm talking about, especially from a larger macro standpoint. If you guys have been watching my channel over the last year, you know I had Bitcoin drawn in this massive bull flag. And this is the weekly time frame, not the daily. So it's a much larger time frame and it takes longer to play out. But a lot of people were calling me crazy because I said this bull flag had a measure move to around 118,000. But we clearly smashed that level and we actually went very close to the measured move. Now, it wasn't just a straight up moonshot to that measured move. We did have pullbacks along the way. But these flags can absolutely break out parabolically. So when you see something like that on the daily time frame, it's very interesting. And obviously understand, if this flag were to break out, then it would cause Bitcoin dominance to spike again. And I'm definitely not saying it'd cause Ethereum to drop, but Ethereum is in a completely different setup right now. Bitcoin is completely in a flag, whereas Ethereum just got done with its parabolic move. And as you guys can see right now, the RSI and stochastics are starting to reset. The stochastics are already almost fully reset though, but I would definitely like to see the RSI reset a little bit more. So honestly, what I'm kind of watching for Ethereum is to see if Ethereum comes down and it retests the 21-day moving average. Similar to Bitcoin, is that guaranteed to happen? No, it's not. And if Bitcoin does start ripping from here, then Ethereum probably will break out with it. But if Bitcoin continues flagging out for a while, there's a good chance that Ethereum does the same. This was a very explosive move for Ethereum, but nothing runs forever. You guys have to have a perspective and understand that it was only a few months ago that Ethereum was down here at $1,383. And Ethereum is currently almost 3,800. But what I've also been telling you guys for Ethereum is that we need to get back above this cycle high resistance. As you guys know, we have been rejected off of this 4,100 range 2 different times and almost 3 different times. If Ethereum breaks above this 41 to 4,200 range, then that will be very bullish for altcoins. I'm telling you right now, there are a lot of people who are still waiting on the sidelines to see if we can break above this level. Breaking above the cycle high is very important. Just to show you guys what I'm talking about, if you come over here to CoinMarketCap again and you look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin is currently down 4% from its all-time high 16 days ago, and it has absolutely obliterated its previous cycle high. However, if you look at Ethereum, Ethereum is still down 22.8% from its all-time high 4 years ago. The two are not even close in terms of performance. Yes, Ethereum has been outperforming Bitcoin over the last month or two, but not in general. And the better that Ethereum does continue to do though, the better the altcoins are going to do. Just make sure you understand that. Now lastly, I want to take a look at Watcher Guru. So you can see right here, 44 minutes ago, White House crypto report does not include details about the strategic Bitcoin reserve. But then 1 hour ago, US economy grew 3% in Q2, beating expectations. And then 1 hour ago, JP Morgan partners with Coinbase to make buying crypto easier than ever. So there's definitely a lot of crypto news happening right now. But over the last week, the crypto market's been pretty stagnant. Again, though, do understand the FOMC meeting is today. And I am recording this before the meeting, so if volatility happens, don't say I didn't warn you. But that's about it for the update today. As always, I recommend taking a look at my Discord as well. We get into projects super early in here and we're constantly talking about the market. If you come over here and you look at the all-time gainer list, we've hit some huge multipliers in here. Some of these projects you could have turned $1,000 into over $200,000. So if this is the kind of community that you'd like to be a part of, you can find the link right here on my YouTube homepage. It'd be awesome to see you guys in there with us. But that's about all. Let me know down in the comments how you guys are feeling about the market. If you found this content valuable, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your day.